do in Hollywood, it was after I did Coach Carter. And I saw Eddie Murphy and Johnny Gill tongue kissing. Oh. And this is like out in public.
Doing things behind closed doors like Eddie Murphy, who knows me very well.
So I was walking down the stairs and they were kissing at the bottom of the banister, like, and I'm like, damn, the Nutty Professor really is nutty.
Do you believe Eddie Murphy was going to find a book to read at 4 a.m. with his wife gone out overseas? I mean, just from your experience.
Eddie Murphy, that's Eddie Murphy. I watch all his movies, man, but man, you don't accidentally pick up a transvestite. You know what I'm saying? That ain't happening, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only way I know to get at you.
Huh? I don't think you're getting at me, but you ran her out.
No. What about Eddie Murphy?
Did I pull his tights down too?
I heard that you did. Now, seriously, there's a rumor, and I want to know about
there's a rumor about you and Sandra Bernhard, but I didn't ask you.
What? Drag queen goes to bed with Eddie Murphy? Right. He's straight. I went, give me.
You might think you know everything about Eddie Murphy, the comedy icon who has dominated Hollywood for decades, but what is happening now is something nobody saw coming. Eddie's ex-wife Nicole has come forward with claims that are shaking up the story of how he reached the heights of fame. She said, quite plainly, that Eddie bent over for Diddy, and those words are more than just a shocking statement. They open the door to a side of the entertainment world most people never get to see. Eddie Murphy's career has been a story told with admiration. His name is linked to some of the greatest movies and unforgettable performances, but behind the scenes there have always been whispers about the real reasons for his rise. Nicole is now pulling back the curtain, revealing that it was not just talent or luck that helped Eddie climb the ladder. Instead, she suggests that his close ties with Diddy, the powerhouse in music and business, played a huge role in his success. She implies that Eddie's relationship with Diddy was a key part of how he secured his position in an industry that is known for being ruthless and hard to break, or arrangements behind the scenes that changed the game for him completely. This revelation brings a new perspective on what it means to be. Eddie has been seen as untouchable for so long, but now the cracks are showing, and he is faced with the challenge of defending his legacy from these serious claims. What Nicole has shared is not just about personal drama, it raises questions about the very nature of fame and success in one of the toughest industries in the world. This story is far from over, and the impact of these revelations could change how people view Eddie Murphy and the forces that shape Hollywood itself. Nicole Murphy has once again brought her story into the spotlight, stirring up fresh conversations about her time with Eddie Murphy. The rumors about Eddie's wild and unpredictable lifestyle during the 90s have been around for years, but Nicole is now revealing details that few people have known about until now. She has opened up about the reality of being married to one of Hollywood's biggest stars and the struggles she faced behind the scenes. According to her, Eddie was not just someone who enjoyed the nightlife, but someone deeply immersed in a chaotic world that few outsiders could imagine. She claims that Eddie was frequently out late, attending numerous parties, events, and gatherings across Hollywood. But it was more than just socializing. As Nicole suggests, there were moments involving encounters with various male celebrities and transgender escorts that painted a side of Eddie that was largely hidden from public view. These revelations paint a picture far removed from the clean-cut image many fans believed in and show a man living a double life between fame and personal turmoil. Nicole and Eddie's relationship began in the late 1980s and quickly blossomed into something serious. They moved in together soon after starting their romance and had a daughter named Bria before eventually tying the knot in the early 1990s. Their marriage was often seen as a Hollywood success story, a couple navigating the pressures of fame while raising a family. But as time passed, cracks began to form as their lifestyles grew increasingly incompatible. By the time they announced their divorce in 2005, many were shocked as it seemed the pair were built to last. Both Nicole and Eddie explained that their differences had become irreconcilable, highlighting how their demanding careers and personal choices had driven them apart. This separation was not just about a failed marriage, but about two people whose worlds no longer align. Following the divorce, Nicole faced her own share of public scrutiny. Many accused her of being motivated by money, especially after she secured a large settlement. Critics were quick to judge, and some scandals only made things worse, including a highly publicized affair that put her in the media spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Eddie himself publicly criticized Nicole, calling her actions embarrassing embarrassing, but she refused to be silenced or shamed. Nicole has been clear about why she continues to use the Murphy name despite their separation. For her, it represents more than just her former marriage. It is a symbol of the family they created together, including their 5 children. She has said repeatedly that she earned the right to keep the name and that it remains a significant part of her identity, regardless of their personal conflicts. Eddie Murphy has long had a reputation as a party animal. His own music and public persona reveal a man who enjoys the nightlife and struggles with commitment. His romantic life has been filled with ups and downs, often marked by a pattern of intense relationships that quickly fizzled out. One of his most talked about romances was with Whitney Houston, whose own story added another layer of complexity to Eddie's past. According to Whitney's close friends, their relationship was marked by both passion and cruelty, with Eddie allegedly making hurtful remarks and ultimately leaving her behind. Even after his marriage to Nicole ended, Eddie's complicated love life continued to generate headlines. He pursued other women, including Mel B, and at one point publicly denied that he was the father of her daughter, despite the child being born on his birthday. This pattern of behavior suggested a man who struggled to maintain stable relationships and who perhaps used these romantic entanglements as a shield to hide his true self. Speculation has long swirled that Eddie's string of relationships was an attempt to cover up other aspects of his identity. Some believe that his constant movement from one woman to another was a way to deflect attention from his personal truth. Whatever the case, Nicole's revelations add a new and revealing chapter to the story of Eddie Murphy. The image of the beloved star is complicated by the shadows behind the scenes, showing a life that was far from perfect and far more tangled than many ever realized. This story is not just about a high-profile breakup, but about the complex realities of fame, the sacrifices, and the secrets that come with living in the public eye. Nicole's courage in speaking out has brought these hidden parts of Eddie Murphy's life into focus and reminded everyone that even the biggest stars have struggles and stories that often remain untold. Eddie Murphy has long been a figure surrounded by gossip and speculation, especially when it comes to his personal life and relationships during the height of his fame. One particular episode from 1997 stands out as a moment when those rumors escalated into a public scandal that could have derailed his career. It all began with a seemingly routine traffic stop in West Hollywood late at night. What made the situation headline-worthy was who was found in the car with Eddie, a young transgender escort named Addis Stone Shalimar Sully. The incident quickly captured media attention and fueled intense speculation about Eddie's private life. Eddie was quick to defend himself, insisting that his actions were those of someone simply trying to help another human being in a difficult moment.
I love my wife, and I'm not gay, and I'm not, and that's what's weird about this, to have your morality question and your moral fiber question and all that, when all I was doing was trying to be nice to somebody.
Eddie Murphy tells E.T. that his wife and children were out of town, says he wanted something to read and went to a late-night newsstand.
He explained that at the time, his wife Nicole Murphy and their children were away, and he had gone out late looking for something to read at a newsstand. On his way, he encountered the young woman who appeared upset and in need of assistance. According to Eddie, he had no idea she was transgender and saw only someone who needed a ride home. He firmly stated that this was an act of kindness, not a reflection of his sexuality, and expressed frustration that his character was being questioned over the situation.
A good Samaritan blew up in my face, basically, what happened. I'm never giving anyone a lift again.
Eddie recounted how the young woman approached him near Santa Monica Boulevard and, recognizing him, asked for a lift. She appeared visibly upset, and he felt compelled to offer support. Police reportedly followed their vehicle for several miles before pulling them over. Although the event sparked rumors and scandal, Eddie's career weathered the storm at the time, and a lot of people didn't believe him.
First of all, man, you know what I'm saying?
Right around?
You know what I'm saying? All the money he got, man, why would you be on the strip picking up a transvestite, whatever you call it? You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it. I think it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'll Eddie Murphy, but to me, that's some straight bullshit. Man, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? If I pick up, if I see a man, he dressed like a woman, and I see him, I'm not gonna feel sorry for him.
Yeah, he said he was trying to be a good Samaritan.
But suppose he could be a robber. He might not be a real transvestite. I mean, he could be setting you up. A lot of dudes dress like women and they put makeup on and all that stuff, and they robbing these tricks out here. Cause I remember, we had a situation like that on the Blade one time where they was robbing these, we had these dudes who were dressing like women, but they were really armed robbers. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't pick up. I wouldn't even pick up a little kid, man. I mean, don't pick up nobody and you a superstar. Eddie Murphy, that's bull. That's bull. That's bull. For real though. I mean, if it's true, you know, hey man, power to you, Eddie Murphy. But I'm just saying, man, don't sound right, man. That's not a good. He should have said something else.
Yet years later, this chapter of his life resurfaced when Octavia Street, Laurent, a well-known transgender activist, publicly spoke out about Eddie's private dealings. Octavia did not mince words. She accused Eddie of living a double life, portraying a macho and heterosexual image in public while secretly engaging in relationships with transgender women. She claimed that many celebrities like Eddie project one image to the world, but lead very different lives behind closed doors. Octavia also criticized how Eddie allegedly treated these women, suggesting that he was ashamed of his associations and attempted to keep these parts of his life hidden, even from the wives of those involved. Her outspoken comments reignited conversations about identity, secrecy, and the pressures that come with fame, especially in Hollywood's often judgmental and image-focused culture. Octavia warned that actions have consequences and that the truth eventually comes out, no matter how carefully it is concealed. Her revelations encouraged others in the industry to speak more openly about the realities of their lives and the lengths some go to maintain their public personas. Though Eddie Murphy did not directly respond to Octavia's accusations, the claims added fuel to an already simmering discussion about celebrity, privacy, and authenticity. Many began to look beyond the polished public image to consider the complexities behind it. This story sheds light on the challenges faced by those in the spotlight, balancing their personal truth with the expectations of fans, the media, and society at large. There has always been speculation about how Eddie Murphy managed to keep certain aspects of his personal life out of the spotlight. While the world saw him as a confident, charismatic superstar with a string of hit movies and a larger-than-life personality, behind closed doors, some say the truth was far more complicated. Friends and insiders whisper that Eddie was living a secret life that involved encounters and relationships he worked hard to hide from the public eye. This hidden side of him didn't fit with the typical Hollywood image of a leading man, and so Eddie became a master at masking what was really going on. What makes this story even more intriguing is the role that Puff Daddy, now among a powerful group of entertainers and influencers. This arrangement, if the rumors are to be believed, shows a complicated side of Hollywood's social scene. Success in the industry is often about more than just talent and hard work. Eddie Murphy's public image remained untarnished by these rumors. Behind the scenes, it is said he was balancing a delicate act. On one hand, he needed to keep up appearances as a straight, masculine Hollywood icon. On the other, he was involved in private situations that challenged this narrative and required discretion. This dual existence was demanding, and those close to the situation suggest that Eddie's success came at the cost of suppressing parts of himself for the sake of his career. Some people have alleged that he's gay and that he prefers men, though nothing has ever been officially confirmed or addressed by Eddie himself. These rumors have floated around in entertainment circles and among fans for quite some time. What's interesting is that, according to some sources, once Eddie got wind that people might be starting to figure out or suspect the truth about his sexuality, he reportedly started incorporating jokes about gay people into his stand-up routines and shows. The theory is that by joking about it openly, almost like he was making fun of the rumors before anyone else could, he could come across as casual and unfazed, and maybe even steer the conversation away from serious speculation.
Stop. Now see, I did jokes about I did jokes about homosexuality years ago, and faggots were mad. They were like, it's nothing like having a nation of fags looking for you. I'd be at parties, there's always 2 or 3 homo parties, and they'd be standing around looking at you, they'd be looking at everything. He's an ass. I can't travel the country freely no more. I can't go to San Francisco. They got a 24-hour homo watch waiting for me in the airport. As soon as I got off the plane, they'd be like, he's here, yes, it's him, yes, it's him. And the cars will come rushing across town, be woo, 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 woo. And there won't be no siren, it'll be a real fag sitting on the roof going, woo, 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 woo. Woo! Pull over, pull over, pull over. I'm gonna read him his rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. Now turn around, I'm gonna frisk you. Are you carrying any concealed weapons? Are you carrying, what is this? What is this? Lay down on the floor and spread it. Woo!
This kind of strategy isn't unheard of in the world of celebrities who want to keep certain parts of their lives private while still maintaining control over their public image. So here is the real deal about Eddie Murphy that most people do not talk about. Behind all the glitz and the jokes, there was a side of him that did not quite match the superstar image he worked so hard to create. People have said for years that behind closed doors, Eddie enjoyed wearing sexy lingerie. Yes, lingerie. That alone surprised many because publicly Eddie was known for making fun of transgender and gay people. His comedy often included harsh jokes that made it seem like he was far from accepting of anyone different. That contrast made a lot of people wonder if maybe he was hiding something deep down or feeling conflicted about who he really was. Sometimes when people mock others, it is because they are trying to keep their own secrets safe from the world. But it did not stop with just private habits or wild parties. Eddie was said to have a small circle of very close friends who were not just buddies, but possibly more. One name that has come up again and again is R&B singer Johnny Gill. The rumors about their relationship go way back and have always raised eyebrows. After Johnny's breakup with a girlfriend in 2005, she openly talked about how she left him because she could not handle the strange relationship he had with Eddie Murphy. She described it as weird and hard to explain, but very real. People also said Johnny was living in a guest house on Eddie's property at one point, which surely made things awkward for Nicole Murphy. Imagine trying to make a marriage work when your husband is sharing his space with someone so close that it blurs the lines between friendship and something more. That was definitely part of why Nicole eventually had to walk away. There is only so much a person can take when the lines are so tangled. Then came some serious confirmation from a guy named Eddie and Johnny sharing an intimate kiss at one of these exclusive events in the Hollywood Hills. According to him, it was passionate and real, not just friendly. This kind of eyewitness account made a lot of the rumors impossible to ignore. If someone who was actually there says it happened, then people have to pay attention. Hollywood is full of secrets, but sometimes the truth slips through in the most unexpected ways. The industry has long been a place where many men keep their true selves hidden because of fear and pressure. Eddie Murphy has fought off these kinds of rumors for decades, but the stories just keep coming back. The fact that his name appears so often when people talk about secret relationships or double lives is telling. People online are divided, but many are learning to accept that everyone deserves to live their truth. Some social media users say that nothing about celebrity lives surprises them anymore, and that others remember how Nicole Murphy was warned about these rumors long before she left Eddie. That warning makes her decision to leave all the more understandable. Nicole Murphy was caught in the middle of this complicated mess. It was not just the rumors about Eddie's private life, but the emotional toll of living with those secrets every day. Trying to maintain a marriage and a family under those conditions is incredibly hard. Many believe that the tangled relationship with Johnny Gill and the hidden parts of Eddie's life contributed greatly to the breakdown of their marriage. Nicole choosing to keep the Murphy name after the divorce was not just about holding on to a famous last name, it was about holding on to her identity, her children, and the life she built despite the heartbreak and drama. When you look at Eddie Murphy's life with all this in mind, it shows that fame is never just about talent or success on the big screen. It is also about managing complicated relationships, keeping up appearances, and sometimes hiding who you really are to survive in Hollywood. Whether every rumor is true or not, the sheer volume and consistency of the stories suggests there is more going on than meets the eye. For Nicole Murphy, all of this was real and painful enough to make her say enough is enough and move on to protect herself and her kids. If Eddie Murphy is bisexual or gay, many people believe he could have been honest about it from the start. Being true to yourself is something a lot of celebrities have started to embrace openly in recent years. It takes courage to live your truth, especially in an industry as public and judgmental as Hollywood. But with Eddie, some feel like honesty was never really the goal. Instead, the theory is that he used these secret relationships as a way to climb the ladder to fame and success. There are whispers that Eddie knew exactly what he was doing. He understood the power dynamics of the industry and the influence of big players like Diddy. The idea is that Eddie was willing to play with. Many speculate that Eddie's willingness to go along with it helped him gain access to powerful connections that boosted his career. In other words, it was not just talent that made him famous. It was also knowing how to navigate the industry's backstage politics. People say that Diddy recognized what Eddie was willing to do and took full advantage of it, inviting him to exclusive events and introducing him to influential figures. This has led some to believe that Eddie's image as a ladies' man was more of a cover story. Behind the scenes, the real deal might have been very different. If he had been open from the beginning about his sexuality, he might have faced backlash or lost opportunities. So instead, some say he chose to hide it and play the game to get ahead. Of course, no one knows the full truth except Eddie himself, but the rumor mill keeps turning because the patterns are there and the stories keep coming. It is easy to imagine that for someone trying to survive and succeed in Hollywood, sometimes appearances are everything. And if playing the part meant sacrificing honesty, some believe Eddie thought it was a price worth paying. Whether this was a smart career move or a personal compromise, it clearly took a toll on his relationships, especially with Nicole. She was left to deal with the fallout of secrets and rumors, and that kind of strain is hard to overcome in any marriage. At the end of the day, many feel that if Eddie had just been upfront about who he was, things might have been very different, both for his career and his personal life. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.